Welcome. Today we will be discussing The Island of the Blue Dolphins, a children's novel written by Scott Odell in 1960. The book was written based on the true story of Juana Maria, a Nicoleño Native American who was left alone on San Nicolas Island in the 19th century. The Island of the Blue Dolphins follows a girl named Karana who lives in a village called Galasat on an island. One day, Karana and her brother Ramo see a ship approaching the island. When the ship lands, their father, the village chief, goes to meet the strangers to see what they need. The ship of Russian fur hunters is led by a man named Captain Orlov, who comes with a Native American tribe known as the Aleuts. They come to the island to hunt otters and form an agreement with the chief despite the tension between the island inhabitants and the strangers from the ship. However, they try to leave the island without paying, and a fight breaks out. Many of the islanders are killed, including Karana's father, the chief. The newly appointed chief, Kimiki, decides that the tribe should leave Galasat and sails away alone to prepare a new way for them in a new country. After a long time, a ship comes back to the island to take the islanders away to their new home. The villagers are told to pack their belongings and prepare to depart quickly, since there is a storm approaching. Karana goes onto the ship, but then realizes that Ramo is still on the island and has gone back to look for his spear. As the ship pulls away from the island, Karana jumps into the water and swims back to the island when the others try to restrain her. Karana and Ramo decide to provide for themselves and wait for the ship to return for them. One morning, Karana awakens to see that Ramo is gone, and she discovers that he has been killed by a pack of wild dogs on the island. Karana is now alone on the island, so she makes weapons and even tries to sail a canoe to meet with the others, but has to turn around when the canoe leaks. She waits every day for the ship to return, but it never does. She decides to avenge her brother's death and hunts the wild dogs, even injuring the leader of the pack. However, Karana has a change of heart and nurses the dog back to health, befriending him and naming him Rontu. She also befriends several animals on the island, including birds and an otter, who are the only other inhabitants of the island besides herself. Karana makes a life for herself by building herself a home of whale bones and preparing a cave in case the Aleuts come back to the island. The Aleuts do return to the island, and Karana hides in the cave that she had prepared beforehand, only leaving the cave at night. One day, an Aleut girl named Tutok discovers Karana, becomes close friends, and exchange gifts despite not being able to speak the same language. Karana then watches Tutok depart the island with the other Aleuts on a ship, and she is alone once more. Years pass on the island, and Rontu eventually dies. Karana takes in Rontu's son and names him Rontu Aru, which means son of Rontu. Eventually, another boat returns to the island, and Karana waits on the shore for them to take her away. She leaves on the boat with Rontu Aru and her two birds, and she eventually learns at the missionary that the ship that had taken her tribe had sunk before it could return to the Island of the Blue Dolphins. The Island of the Blue Dolphins has several themes that include self-reliance, perseverance in the face of great obstacles, vulnerability, and the struggle for survival.
If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to English Language and Literature for more English learning content. Thanks for watching!